Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Indie Gamer. Today, we're going to be taking a look at one of the most loved and hated games to come out of the PC scene in quite a while, No Man's Sky. Now, if you haven't had the joy of experiencing this game yet, consider yourself kinda lucky, because to be quite bluntly, it's still a little bit broken on PC, even though it's been out now for a little bit. They haven't patched anything that's been wrong with it so far, and I'm sure you can tell by the massive amount of lag and hitching that my graphics are giving just by turning in a 360-degree angle that you probably have a good idea of what people are complaining about. And before you say anything, yes, I am running this on a PC that is more than capable of handling this game. Core i7 and a GTX 1070 superclocked. This should be running at least a decent frame rate, not this choppy, kind of just laggy mess that it is. But in case you have been living under a rock for the past few years and you don't know what No Man's Sky is, it is a game about exploration and discovery in an infinite, quote, procedurally generated universe where every planet will have different... Oh, I'm being attacked already. Get away from me. Yeah, that's one thing you gotta worry about. The creatures will try to kill you. Get the fuck out of here. So what do? You shoot it. And you kill it. Once it's dead, though, then you gotta worry about these little fuckers. Sentinels, they'll try to attack you if they think you're hurting things or killing them. But literally the entire gist of this game is just to go exploring. Go run around this planet, go find resources to repair your ship, which mine is already repaired, as I've put a decent amount of time into this game already. You have all kinds of different elements that you will acquire throughout the game just by destroying them with your lovely little multi-tool, as they call it. Honestly, it's a giant laser beam that can shoot other things. They just gave it a fancy name because that's what gamers do. Yeah, pretty much the entire game, though, is based around that concept of go farm stuff, make your gear better, and then go somewhere else and farm more stuff. And I think a lot of people got upset with this game because for some reason they had the idea through the vagueness of the developers, who literally told people basically nothing about what the game was going to be and what you were going to do in it and how it was going to play out, and what your objectives were, or for that matter, any real detailed information about what this game was going to be like. A lot of people got the idea that there was going to be a lot more to this game than it is. People were getting the idea that there was going to be massive amounts of combat and big starship fights, and you could fight each other in space and team up with people in PvP, and while I do think the idea would really improve upon what the game already has, which is a good survival exploration aspect, the developers never really said that that was going to be a focus of the game. In fact, the one interview I did see, Sean Murray, I believe is his name, correct me if I'm wrong, could be, actually said that players shouldn't focus on the concept of PvP in this game, that it wasn't going to be one of the main features. Yet still we had people who got severely angry when they got the game and realized that there was no big PvP. Of course, that was mostly the PlayStation people. Us PC people who are playing this are having issues with it being just, well, for lack of a better term, there is zero optimization in this game for us PC players. This game has not been correctly done for PC. Well, I shouldn't say every, but about 99% of players who have purchased this game on PC, who have systems that should be able to run it, are just having massive problems with it, from crashes to just not loading to the type of lag and hitching that you're seeing going on right now graphically on my screen. But that being said, if the graphical hitching is something that you can live with, and honestly I can say that I can, it's not breaking my game. Yes, I would like to see it not do this. It would make the game much more fun. It doesn't really destroy the game as a whole. It's still quite fun. I'm enjoying the survival and exploration aspect of it. And yes, I am a bit of a fanboy when it comes to any sort of big open space exploration game. I love games like Elite Dangerous. I love games like EVE Online. Both very big, spacey sci-fi games. Anything in that genre you'll find I like. But that aside, I don't think the game's quite as destroyed as people have made it out to be, and you're going to see basically just a little bit of footage today of what basically a a good idea of what your playthrough is going to be like. You run around, you find weird things like this giant pillar, which teach you words of the alien languages from the races you'll encounter that allow you to talk to them and communicate better, and sometimes communicating better with them will allow you to get rewarded by them. They will give you new things to improve your gear and all that kind of stuff. And as well as finding just random stuff like this lying around, which you can pick up and bam, suddenly you have something new to put into your ship. Overall though, it's if you're not the kind of person that's interested in finding a just exploration game, literally that's all this is. It's an exploration game. If you're not into that, this game is not for you, and you shouldn't be buying it. It's the AAA price on an indie title, so that right there is going to deter a few people. If you don't mind that fact though, and you're looking for a game that's going to give you a lot of playtime, if you're into the exploration survival genre, this is a decent buy. I hope that what the developers are saying about improving and expanding on the game is true. I do hope this doesn't just end up being an abandoned game after they've released it and realized that they messed up pretty bad on the PC port. But again, only time will tell if that's the case or not. For now, we basically just have this game. And now I'm going to get us off this planet. Ooh, actually, no, I'm going to go grab these two big purple things, because they're nice little pieces of language that'll help me later. After this, though, we're going to hop in our ship, and I'm going to take us off-world for a couple minutes to show you a general idea of what it looks like when you're not just standing around on the planet just farming resources, because there is a little bit more to the game than that. Not much, but a little bit. And it does help the game somewhat to have that different visual aspect. Because when you get off the planets, while space it's not the most beautiful space scenery I've seen in a game, it is definitely impressive. You can see a lot, which we'll see here in just a moment. Take a few seconds to get back to the ship. Of course, I can apparently get blocked by a plant. Alrighty. Hopping in, let's take off. And of course, if you want to, and this is probably the fastest way to go around the planet, you can just fly around the thing until you find something you want to stop at, and if you can't find something visually, you can always scan, and stuff like these will just pop up when you're scanning and tell you there's things out there. But I digress. Let's get off-world and go check out what the space looks like in this game. And this can take a little bit of time depending on the planet you're on. Some of them apparently have massively thick atmospheres. Any minute now. Oh, there we go. Some ships showing up, and pretty soon we will be in space. The planets are here. As you can see, pretty much any location that is of significance will have some sort of icon indicating it, particularly things that are not planets, so that you know they're there. For example, the space station. And of course, once you have planets discovered and you're in space, you can see their name. It will show you the distance and how long it will take you to get to them. Yes, it currently says it will take me 3 hours to get to this planet. That's technically true if you go with the slowest possible speed you can, but of course, we don't like going at slow speeds, so usually what we do, if I can find the planet I want to get to here, because it's not that... Game, target the other one. What? Apparently there's a planet here I haven't discovered. Yeah, that's where we want to go. So we're going to engage our pulse engine, and bam, suddenly that timer just got a lot shorter. Now it's only going to take us 2 minutes of just straight flying. This is a feature called your pulse engine. It's a part of your ship that you must repair at the beginning of the game in order to get off-world and reach other planets, because, while again, you can just fly to the other planets at the base speed, it's gonna take you several hours of just floating through the empty void of space. And, well, I shouldn't say empty, there's plenty of asteroids around here that you can mine for resources, but the resource that you get out of them generally is not something you're going to be in massive need of, because, again, these asteroids are kind of everywhere in space. But I digress. Pretty much, you're looking and have seen the gist of this game. You fly through space from planet to planet, exploring different things, And the end goal, if you play the way the game intends you to, is to reach the center of the universe. What's at the center of the universe? I don't know. Haven't been there yet. I've got about 20 hours into this game, and because I'm one of those guys that wants to discover everything, I haven't even left the first 2 solar systems. But, as I said again, No Man's Sky. Is it a fun game? Yes, if you're into the exploration survival genre. If you're not, stay away for now. Maybe one day when they implement things like PvP and more combat to the game, it will become a game with less of a niche crowd audience target. But for now, it is a niche game. The only kind of people that are going to enjoy this game are people that enjoy exploration and survival. But I hope you have enjoyed today's, well, slight review and showing off of a little bit of the mechanics of No Man's Sky. Again, my name is Indie Gamer. I do hope you have enjoyed this video. Oh god, I'm going to crash. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all next time.